This is an organization that's been doing amazing work for over 40 years now. But what we're really here to discuss tonight is foster parenting and what it's like to be a foster youth. What are some of the benefits? Why is it good to do this? What are some of the challenges and how do we get over them? Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome on stage the founder of the National Youth Advocate Program, Dr. Mubarak Awad.
The National Youth Advocate Program, we have helped, as of today, more than 40,000 children. 40,000 children. A teenager is completely different than a child. A child, you hug him, you work with your heart with him. A teenager, you have to use your mind to help a teenager. A teenager is with us for a very short time. If he is 16, 17, 18, he's out. And when he's out, sometimes he have difficulty living as an independent individual. And where we comes in the Youth Advocate Program is to teach that teenager.
People think they're troubled teens or troubled kids, but these are innocent kids who's just, they were given the home that they were born in, and they've experienced trauma, but with help, with work, with services, they can actually work through it and be successful in life.
Unfortunately, we do not have a lot of people who are able or thinking or want to have a teenager.
All those myths that you hear about teens and this is too much to handle, it's like those are the trauma things playing in our parents' minds. And those teens, they can be very bold. It's not a bad thing, but they want to be independent. They want to make their own decisions. And I think whether you are a biological parent or a foster parent, that can be a scary feeling. And I just think sometimes the parents are trying to learn, how do you connect with someone who's trying to be so independent, and they're learning that in life versus just raising them up as a parent.
What people need to understand and realize is that these kiddos, they need love. They need someone. They need a good family. They need some backing, someone that shows that they care about them, about their well-being. And what I notice with our kiddos is once that you show them that you care about them, they will open up and share everything with you.
After 18, they have to go in the world. They don't know how to cook. They don't know a job. They don't know how to drive, how to do any activities, how to shop on that. And we will tell the parents that's what they need to help them be human beings, that they are able to take care of themselves, because nobody else is willing to take care of them.
How would I have described you back then, and then how did you change?
You would describe me as angry. I was extremely angry, closed off. I didn't want to talk to anyone. I barely ate anything. And I was always hateful and resentful. The slightest question you would ask me would just set me off. Or I don't want to talk to you. I don't want to deal with you. Leave me alone. And the fact is, she actually, the fact that she saw past all of that and actually still tried, even though I wanted to leave, was even more so credible. Because it's the impression I gave people. It was no one wanted to be around me. It's you would not have liked me if you met me. I was a mess. The hardest for me is I always felt like I was always labeled as the foster child, but it's she never labeled me as that. It was always, I'm her child. We go out places, I'm her kid. It's never I never felt like an outsider. And I've been in previous homes where they'd be no, that's my foster kid, or they'd be that's the foster child. And I'm that's not who I am. That's not my name. But she's taught me that, you're not a foster child.
Okay.
But yeah, she's always taught me that.
I would say there are definitely still stigmas regarding foster children of any age, not even just teens. I think a very common myth I come across is people sometimes having this idea that the kids are too broken to fix, and then bringing them into their home is bringing in this bad apple that's going to poison the whole household and tear it up. You know what I mean? This is a problem child, I think, is the blinders sometimes that people have on. And then as those kids, you know, grow up and they go through the system and they age out, I think it makes it challenging to feel like they really belong and have roots.
I feel like if you have compassion, if just think if this whole world had compassion, how far we would be.
You have to be in it for the right reasons. Don't be in it for whatever the case is, whether it's money or just a title. Be in it because you want to do it or you want to help people.
I foster teens. I only ever wanted to foster teens. I always tell people that I had to end my career when I had the worst placement of my life. Set my house on fire twice. They were stubborn. They were oppositional, and that was not the kids. That was my 80-year-old mother who came to live with me. The kids never did any of those things. I believe teens thrive in families, and families thrive with teens.
They bring a lot to us, to the table. They're creative, they're helpful.
And they do have a lot of compassion and knowledge of the world.
The opportunity for us is so great to find people who are willing to take teenagers. Teenagers are important. Teenagers are becoming adults quickly, and teenagers, they need help as much as a child.
And I want them to know that you can do it, you can make it, you can be successful in life, because I was once in your shoes.